Welcome to the Real Estate Newsroom. I'm your host, Charles Noonan. And today's episode, guys, is a little scary, I have to say. Imagine that you're watching your apartment and then you see this happen. So let's take a look.
The landlord in Colorado Springs is in trouble with the law over what he was caught doing in a tenant's apartment. This is bizarre. Police say Carlos Quijado used the tenant's bed to have sex, and cameras in the apartment caught him in the act. The camera then sent a notification to the tenant.
So you watching your house and you see your landlord.
His wife and then called 911 to alert police.
I opened up the camera and kind of had to
like your landlord
quit the program and restart it again because I didn't really believe what I saw. I guess the first thing that went through my mind was complete and utter disbelief.
Well, to make things worse here, Pierce says the landlord used his wife's wedding dress to clean up the mess. He now faces felony trespassing and misdemeanor obscenity.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Wow, bro. Just imagine you in your house and you just checking, you getting the alerts, right? On your phone because Ring cameras, everything. And you open the thing and you see your landlord.
I'll flip out.
You flip. Now, are you coming home with the bat? You gonna put some work in? What are you doing when you get home?
Man, it might be more than a bet.
Damn.
You invading my personal space while I lay my head. You know what I'm saying? So it's that level of disrespect. Dang.
It's weirdo, freakish,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, cause it's just wild, man.
That's
That landlording, that whole landlord thing, 2024, 2025. I'm getting out of it, honestly.
Yeah, I had a property. We just sold it. We just did a flip because just the whole idea of being a landlord is not all it's cracked up to be for me.
Me either.
For everybody else, they get it. I like flips though. You know what I mean? I could deal with contractors and I could deal with those things, but I got 7 kids, bro. So so I got enough tenants that I got to deal with.
Right. All right, today's guest, my guy. This one gonna be a long intro because this is one of the people that truly inspired me online with his creativity. I just gravitated to him automatically without even knowing him. I told one of my people, I said, yo, you know this guy, you gotta introduce me to him. Runway Billionaire.
What's up?
Billionaire Marketing.
There you go, man.
All right, bro. So I gotta get to it, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the heart to do this, but I could do it now that you're here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for a sample of his content.
Yeah.
So I'm online just scrolling, right? And then I see this guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Going to a supermarket.
It's a Wawa.
A Wawa,
yeah.
right?
With
a Wawa with a costume on. That had the orange hands. That had the green.
Yeah.
It had 3 or 4 hands going crazy. And I was like, yo, this dude is wild, right? But then I was like, yo, I watched the video 3 times. The heart that he got to have to do that. The identity risk. The creativity. I was like, yo, I like this dude.
Yeah.
And I immediately text my man yo, you know him? He was like, yeah. I was like, yo, I got to meet him.
I appreciate that.
So props to you, bro, for
here we are.
Big heart, right?
Thank you, bro.
Fearless. Because some people gonna laugh at that, and some people gonna laugh the way I did. Yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
Some people, because companies will pay millions of dollars for an ad company, a marketing company,
100%.
to create something that's memorable.
1,000%.
3 years later, I remember it yesterday.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So where you get the heart to do that, man?
Man, I always had the heart to, just be outstanding and just, an outcast. But it really was my kids, man. We was joking around, and they was like, I bet you won't wear that at Wawa, kind of just dare me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, all right, if I'm gonna go out and do it, it'll be a laugh. but how can I incorporate this with some marketing to my business? So literally, it was my daughter who shot the ad, and we was all just having a good time. I figured, like, you know what I mean? If it make us laugh, I figure other people, you know what I'm saying, will make you laugh, you included. So
dope, man.
that's kind of how we got there.
Did you run a bag off of that?
I actually did, man. You'd be surprised, man, of just you when you on social media, you tend to see a lot of the same things coming down your timeline. So when you got that one thing that stand out, you're like, hold up. It's like a pattern disrupt. When you got that one thing that stand out, it's like, oh man, hold up. I'm gonna look at it. It's gonna make you either feel good, bad, or you know what I'm saying,
something
different. It's gonna make you feel something. And I think that's what, you know, just being a marketer is. It's like helping people understand, like, if you could create a feeling, then you could go ahead and, you know what I mean, you could monetize it.
You halfway there.
Yeah, and I just like being a disruptor. You know what I mean? That's what billionaire marketing is all about. It's all about not just fitting in and conforming to what everybody else is doing, but how do you actually stand out and disrupt the industry?
Yeah, well, we still on the intro, bro. So I gotta say, right, this is my time to just like give you your flowers and everything.
Appreciate it.
I love what you do at home with the family.
Thank you.
Right, as a family man, I relate to that. I'm not the type of person, so I'm doing that stuff at home.
Yeah.
But I don't have the heart to like put it on social
gotta
media, bro. My kids are so cool and chill.
Yeah.
They don't have big social media platforms. Our circle is so small, but we do the same thing. Like, we're alike in that we want to provide for our kids.
Yeah.
We want our families to feel good. We want to show them things that we never had, but we want them to experience it. So I just wanted to give you your flowers on that.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. So what makes you just incorporate them? Cause do they care to be like so you smack one of your kids, waking them up, right?
Yeah.
Just because they fell asleep in the movie room.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
in my house, we might throw some water on that person.
Yeah.
So I'm the first to fall asleep. Right, they know like a movie's going on.
Yeah,
Dad's gonna fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So they might throw some water on me sometimes just to keep me up, and that's the only time it's allowed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
prank, like that's the only time.
Yeah.
But you might show like, hey, wake up, like you fell asleep. You know they ain't sleeping in the movie room.
Yeah.
Are they cool with that? Do they ever ask like, yo, like, what's up?
Nah, I think like just the type of bond that we have. You know, just as a family, like our dynamic, like they expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like we bid all the time, we have fun, and I make that intentional. You know what I mean? I make that intentional because, you know, when I grew up, I didn't always have those moments. You get what I'm saying? And I saw this quote one time. It was like, you know, when your kids get older and you're no longer here, those pictures, you know, make sure you in them.
Yeah.
Because that's all they gonna have. So like those moments and all of those things, I try to make those moments of collaboration. I try to make those moments of, you know what I mean, us really building as a family. The same thing that a company would do in a team building. I just try to have that at the core.
I love it, bro. I love it. So now that I kind of just like gave you all the flowers I can, bro, and just showed you publicly like appreciation for what you're doing. We don't get to chop it up much.
Yeah.
Couple DMs, we're in the same circles, we talk, but not like that. So I just wanted to let you know where I stood from like a fan watching you lead this marketing space, in my opinion.
I appreciate
From somebody that looks and sounds like us, like I look at you as the leader in the marketing space.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So
those big flowers.
yeah, man. So appreciate that. So look, marketing, right? Is that something that you just naturally have a skill set to do? Because you're doing like what major marketing firms get paid millions and millions of dollars to do, and you create it out of your own head.
Yeah.
Like, is that something you was born with, or do you really like? Is it hard for you to create?
Nah, I feel like the more creative you are, the more opportunities you had to make money. And I feel like a lot of people don't tap into their creativity, and that's why they don't make the money that they could. So it's like, you know, somebody had to think of Tesla, somebody had to think of Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they was not the first person to think about it, but that person that actually said, yo, I'm going to create this and actually put the work behind it, allowed it to be, you know what I'm saying, bring that company to life. So for me, I would say like, for me, a lot of people say it's just natural. For me, I just say I just don't overcomplicate it. Like I don't overthink it. You know what I mean?
You're more action. Like get the idea out.
Yeah.
And let's see. if that's a hit or not. You getting it out.
I also believe that I didn't have this idea or this intuition for no reason. Like, you sitting there and you thinking, and then you get an epiphany. Like, why are you getting it? You get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't getting it for no reason. Like, those things in your brain is not firing off for no reason. Like, it has to be something there. And I'm the person, I just follow through on it.
Yeah, you definitely, I'm going to say, or as a creator, right, in a creative space that we're in, we definitely put ideas out fast. Yeah. We don't, somebody here yesterday said, do more, dwell less. So we don't dwell on something. Yeah. I think we put it out and see if it hit. If it hits, it's a hit. Yeah. If not, we could tweak and fix it or whatever, but Today's episode of Brick by Brick with Charles Noonan is sponsored by unsoldland.org. Unsoldland.org is your one-stop shop for everything land. Unsoldland.org has property in the available states: Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Michigan, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia, and many, many more. Prices start as low as $1,000. Unsoldland.org. Go there for anything land. They will also finance your land as well. Back to the episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you. So speed to like action is one of the things you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's somebody that's either gonna watch this, you know what I mean, and see this content and not even realize that they have $1 million sitting in their phone right now. Yeah. Some content that they already created, some content on a drive that they didn't upload that possibly could have, I ain't gonna say make them $1 million from that one piece of content, but could have put them on a trajectory or the path to be able to do what they needed to do.
Yeah, man. All right, Billionaire Marketing. Yeah. Are you working with, so first of all, shout out to you sharing, right? Like this man shared a mini chat automation that made you $500,000. Yeah. First of all, sharing that information ain't common. Yeah. Like, what made you say, yo, I'm gonna just give this automation? And I watched it. I fact checked it. And I tweaked mine based on what you did, because I want to make $500,000 off of it too, right? Off of my own, right? Yeah. So, what made you share that, and how'd you come about like figuring out automations? Because we don't have a history, like that ain't our history of like tech smart automations, AI. Like, you're cutting edge ahead of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's what marketers do. Like, I learned as a marketer, some of the best marketers, they the first ones to test and first ones to tweak. So if I gotta be the guinea pig, or I gotta go figure it out to be able to send the elevator back down, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay. So when ManyChat came out, I was pretty much like one of the first ones to like really jump on it. We started utilizing the strategy, because when we was doing webinars, we was manually DMing the links to our webinars to different things that we was doing. This was manual things that we was doing. So when it came out, I was like, oh, we could automate this process. We ain't gotta have the VAs in the DM. And from there, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna just test it. I'm gonna tweak it until it's right. And once I got it right, everybody asked me how. Yeah, and then this is good. This is my camera right here. This is good for y'all. So I want all of y'all to know, when somebody asks you how, that question mark behind how is not a question mark, it's a dollar sign. So when people start asking me how, I literally was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get them that information.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, we did a Wall Street mastermind in New York like 2 years ago. Yeah. You had the ManyChat automations on Smash, and you had like the QR code, because it was like, because I don't get a chance like doing an event, right? Yeah. That was me and Mitch's event. Yep. Shout out to Pushman Mitch.
Shout out to Push.
That was our event. I don't get a chance, like the event's going on, we working behind the scenes. Yeah. You guys are speaking, but I did get a chance to get that QR code, and I was like, damn, homie got his stuff like down pat. I wasn't like 2 years ago. It wasn't as like fluent as it is. Yeah, it wasn't as common and popular. Yeah. So I definitely, again, thank you for that. Shout out to that QR code, because you gave the whole play again. Yeah. So I gotta ask you, right? What makes you share like that? Like, what makes you just so you came, right? You came through. You had the glasses on, the dark shades, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, shades is tight.
smooth,
super clean, right? Yeah. And we had so we had the whole room, 100 people with suits
yeah,
on a Sunday night, on a Saturday and Sunday night.
Everybody was smooth that night.
So look, and you just taught and you laughed.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you want to give back like that?
Like, I think for me, it's like everything that I had to fight for to get to the level that I am now, personally and professionally. Like childhood, you know, growing up, adolescent, like all those things. Like, I had very few people who gave me the opportunity, every opportunity, which nobody entitled to give you anything. But there's always that time where I was like, dang, I just wish that I had somebody that I could just go to and just do that. And we're in the peer-to-peer space. Like, if you look at everything, you look at Airbnb, you look at Turo, you look at all of these apps that you use. All these apps are just sharing apps.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, what if I could create, you know what I mean, you know, this model where I'm sharing what I have to empower and help more people.
That's dope. That's the reason I teach too.
Yeah.
Like, I learned a skill set struggling, trying to get properties for my kids. I learned about Landbank properties. And then I just be teaching people because it's so easy. Like, if you listen to my content for 3 minutes, I'm going to give out 3 land banks that you can just go get a house for $1,000, $2,000, right? It's like that. But I teach that way, and I teach and I share because growing up, I had to figure out so many things in the dark. Like, I had to bump my head so many times that I'd be like, hey, y'all trying to get here? Use this, right? Here you go. Because we just didn't have that. It wasn't common for people that made a lot of money to just turn around and say, this is how I'm making it. So yeah, man, shout out to like all the people that teach. Shout out to the information era. I call this the information era.
It is. But it's the don't get addicted to information and allergic to execution era. Cause that's the thing.
Man.
You know what I mean? You could the information is there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people always say, yo, you could go watch YouTube, and you can. But people ain't watching YouTube videos and becoming millionaires. You know what I mean? Like, people are getting information and going to execute on that information. And because of the information that I put out to the day, we got 105 people who hit $100,000 and 28 people hit $1 million.
Love it.
So if I would have never shared that information, those people's lives wouldn't have been impacted and all the lives that they touched.
Isn't that a dope feeling, bro?
Absolutely.
When somebody comes back and thanks you. And let me ask you this, like, because we both teach, right?
Yeah.
How many people, that's what has been back reported to you. How many people lives that you impacted that tell you a year later? 2 years later.
It's always that. I'm like, yo, why you ain't telling me?
Yo, they don't think we want to know.
Like, why you ain't telling me? And I'm like, but I still understand. It's like some people, again, they get addicted to the execution that I remember when I first made my $1 million, I thought that balloons and confetti was supposed to come out. You get what I'm saying? And what it was like, hey, Brian, we crossed the $1 million mark. And it was like, that was 2 months ago. And I looked up and I was like, I had my head down working. So, you know, I think that's what it is. For those people, they just got their head down working and they really in it.
Man, if this man made you any kind of money online, right, off of free content, funny content, please just shoot him a DM. Put it in the comments and just say, thank you, Runway.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be getting people land. They be having 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of land. A piece of land for the whole family. They hit me back later, 3, 4 months later. They be like, so Charles, I'm trying to get up to 10. I'll be like,
when you get 5,
how many 3? You got? They be like 7. I'll be like, why you ain't tell me nothing?
Why you ain't tell about the first 6?
They just think it's so common. It's common, but the thank yous, the acknowledgement, they don't run back and tell us as much as we want. We really got to follow up for that. No. But that's the most gratifying thing for me.
It is. I think that's bigger than a paycheck. Like, I had a client, he paid me $10,000 for a mentorship 2 years ago. You know what I mean? He's just crossed $2 million.
Nice.
So, like, you know what I mean? You know, I'll put in the comments, like, who got the short end of the stick?
Yeah.
But, you know, I sent him a screenshot when he had hit his $1 million. He got an award and all of that. And he was like, bro, that was one of the most scariest times in my life. And I was ready to sell my car to get you that money. So the level he was willing to sacrifice and what he was willing to give up to get to that point that he is now, is crazy.
It paid that much.
Yeah, like
Same
that
thing
to
with
me is like is the ultimate payment. Seeing that he actually did the work and the level of life that he had, the quality of life that he has, and all of the other people that he impacted.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's crazy.
So I have a small circle, right? And I ask people in my circle, should I pay 10 grand for a mentorship?
Yeah.
They trust what I do because
Yeah.
I've done well, right? I found my way my whole life. They trust what I say and what I do, but all of them told me no. They all told me don't do it. I did it anyway, right? And like, we gotta realize and recognize when we're getting, like, we are seriously in the information era.
Yeah.
Information that people give you, sell you, coach you, teach you, mentor you can change your life forever.
Forever.
So I paid the 10 racks. It's still my circle. So they're like, yo, I see you doing your conference now. I see you going crazy. Yo, you think that 10,000 was worth it? I'll be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, without question.
Yeah.
It's so simple. Pay X and you have like an unlimited opportunity.
It's the easy pass, bro.
The amount of work that you put in determines, once you get the information, determines how much money you can go.
Yeah.
So dude that you told who made $2 million, if he put 500,000 into marketing, he could probably turn that into 3, 4, 5 next
100%.
year. Unlimited.
And I tell people, like, this is for everybody. Milk your mentor. Like, get everything you can out your mentor until you can't get no more. Like, that's one of the things. Like, yo, I got a mentor that I call to this day. You know what I mean? To this day, I call, you know what I mean, a mentor. And I say, hey, what you doing that's working right now?
Yeah.
If I felt like I got to a level where I can't get no more, I'm like, what you doing that's working right now?
Yeah.
So for me, like, yo, milk your mentor. Like,
That's
get
a good one.
get everything you can out of that money that you paid, because the return is infinite. Somebody
is.
literally giving you the roadmap, giving you the easy pass, like setting you up for success.
Giving you the confidence.
You be a fool not to listen.
I gotta even shout you out for this too. I was doing business with a credit specialist that she just kept talking about you. This before we did the mastermind.
Yeah.
She just kept talking about you, and I'm like, yo, like, what did he do? She was like, he pushed me in the water and made me swim. And I'm like how? She's like, no, he just gave me the confidence, said, you're starting on this date. A lot of people don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
So from mentors, you're going to get their confidence.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I think, the information is there. We got the 10 steps. We got the systems and process in place.
Yep.
But through mentorship, you're actually borrowing confidence.
For sure.
Because you tell them, yo, your hair's good.
Yeah.
Your beard good. Everything is straight.
Yeah.
Start. And little do we know, and if I could share anything, people pay more attention to the information over the presentation.
100%.
So nobody's looking at me like that,
yeah.
right? It's like,
Yeah.
I might be thinking about something.
Yeah.
They're listening to, like, yo, he said
100%.
a house for $1,000
Yeah.
at the
Where I
Detroit
go.
Land Bank, building Detroit. Nobody is like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't like that. Like, he's bald.
Yeah.
Right? No,
Yeah.
they're not. They don't
Yeah.
care.
I tell that to all of my students that's looking to get into space. I say, yo, I might care about how you look at how many followers you got. They care more about the results. If a person is in a position and they want to get to the next level and they want to take the next step, they're looking for the information that could take them to the next step, not what the person looks like. Of course,
That ain't it.
you're going to have people who just like you because of how you look, or, you know what I
Yep.
mean, you know, just how your mindset is, how you talk. But people care about results more than they care about anything.
Absolutely. So if you guys looking to get started in anything in the digital space, please make sure you tap in Runway Billionaire Marketing. All right, we got to go back to the family. We got to go back to the kids, bro, because I saw you started buying properties for the kids.
Yeah.
What brought that about?
I just wanted to leave them something that could put them in two positions. So my mindset was that whenever I decide to transition or wherever I get older, how can they have something that's going to pay them? Or if they ever get to a point in their life, like if they decide to go to college, if they decide to, you know, be in a point in their life where they attempting to figure out what they want to do and they not sure, how can they just have an asset that's just paying them So that way they can, you know what I'm saying, be able to hold out. Also, just having them building a little portfolio that they could go do something with later, whether they want to sell it and get some coins to go do a bigger deal, whether they want to take that money and go invest in a business, they need some startup. They would never not need daddy's bank or, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Nah, that's the most responsible thing. The best thing, I say all the time, the most unselfish thing a parent can do is buy their kids real estate.
Yep.
Right. So I see you started to flip some too.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons you told me you started flipping some. Well, first before that, man, we got to cut to some headlines. And landlords are going crazy because tenants are going even crazier. So let's go to the clip.
Oh man.
The conditions that you see inside these units are appalling.
I stepped on a needle. I stepped on
Imagine our kids own that and a tenant do that to them.
Big difference in the mental health and addictions across the city.
Well, we've had break-ins, we've had squatters.
What are you gonna do?
Is this why you start flipping?
Individuals need housing, and housing is the first stepping stone to getting your life back on track.
Housing without support is simply not housing first.
The city is costing.
I want to know what market that is.
Some of the most disadvantaged people are suffering.
That's Michigan.
The housing crisis is a problem cities across the country are trying.
That's Michigan, man. So, is that one of the reasons why you started to flip?
So one of the reasons why I started to flip, to be 100% honest, was the interest rates was up. So when you doing a BRRRR, the rent just wasn't what I normally like. Normally we getting, you know what I'm saying, 1100, and it's looking more like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying, and some change. And for me, it's just not as desirable. So I'm like, okay, cool. I already know we done forced the appreciation of this property in the area. Let me just go ahead, sell it. Take my, you know what I mean, take my couple dollars and go put it back into, you know what I'm saying, something else until, you know, rates come back down. Now, you know, for all the real estate gurus, they might say something different. But for me, the me dealing with being a landlord, I will almost have to have twice as many properties for it to make sense with the interest rates right now. So for me, I'm like, man, I'm gonna take my money here for the hills.
Yeah, nah, you took your money off the table.
On top of dealing with that, though, you feel what I'm saying?
You took your money off the table, bro.
My money off the table.
Look, I got out of fix and flipping. I'm kind of phasing out of being a landlord too, because 2024, 2025 is getting crazy.
Yeah,
we got like fights going crazy.
Yeah,
we got landlords that are like doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah,
we got tenants
going crazy.
The economy is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Then for us to get our money, we have to go through this stringent legal process to get people out.
Yep.
What's the longest you heard of a tenant staying in somebody's house or apartment without paying?
Man, I heard one of my guys who do real estate, it was like 3 years.
3 years. Imagine you buy a house.
You gotta
You renovate it.
Yeah.
You put them, and we gonna renovate nicely.
He went. So he was already top of the year of the pandemic. He already didn't have rent for like 3 or 4 months before the pandemic, was going through the process, and then the pandemic came, and that joint took him all the way to 2023.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Whew.
Yeah.
So look,
it was hard. That's a hard one.
Do you know any builders?
Yeah.
You know developers?
Yeah.
How are they doing in real estate?
One of my brothers, he's doing amazing.
Killing it.
He going crazy right now.
Is he having these landlord issues, or is he building and selling and making a ton of money?
He's buying and holding. So he's building
and holding.
And he's doing a lot of Section 8. So
that will get you the type of money you talking about.
Yeah.
Because when you build, them
cash out refi checks look nice.
Yeah. So I'm more into building and holding, or building and just selling, just as a developer.
Yep.
And this is why you don't have to go through this stuff that tenants go through. If he built it right and sold it, let's just say he built a house that on Trulia and Zillow will cost $500,000. The cost to build that house is only like $2,000. Mm-hmm. Like with materials from Home Depot,
the
Lowe's.
profits is crazy.
The profits on building and developing is sick.
Yeah.
So now when you at a $200,000 mortgage and you renting in a $500,000 area, that's what we see in thousands of dollars in rent.
He's building quads and up. So
killing the game.
So he not even messing with like duplexes.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Nah, because this is like where I'm taking the business, right? We're evolving now. And as a real estate investor, I have to evolve with what's going on in today's market.
100%.
I can't lead the next generation into like fix and flip.
Yeah.
Burr strategy.
Yep.
Being a landlord, right? They're going to run into that.
Yeah.
And we don't know what 5 years is going to be like. Imagine what 5 years is going to be
100%.
like, right? We just never know. So I want to ask you this question. Growing up, was developing something that you understood, like developing real estate?
No, what's crazy was actually if I didn't go into the road that I was going to go for computer science or to be an architect.
But did anybody, so our upbringing, right? I've never seen anybody teach how to build a property.
I never
how to buy land.
Never seen it.
We are so lost in our community. We're on the consumer side of that.
Yep.
We think buying a house from Trulia and Zillow is the home run, the American dream.
Nah.
We never think like, and look, this is how we're wired. The more we spend for the house, the like more flex it is, right?
Yeah.
Realistically, the finishings cost the most, right? Your kitchen, your bathroom, your tiles and stuff like that. The house, the lumber and all of that stuff costs so little in respect to how much we pay sometimes.
100%.
So it's crazy, man.
I learned, not to cut you off, but I learned that when I bought my house. Like, so before I purchased my house, I was just renting because we moved to a new area. I was like, man, I want to see what this like. So with me being involved in real estate, me doing a full demo, full gut, doing all of those things and seeing the true cost of what it costs to build. Now when I'm looking at houses, I'm walking through when we picking our quote unquote dream house for right now.
Right.
I'm looking at the grade of the build and I'm like, nah, this is not worth it.
This ain't
like,
it.
So,
because you know now.
Because
I know what
better.
this costs at Lowe's.
I know better.
Depot.
So you definitely get a another point of view when you go buy your house of what the true cost of that house is and what it worth. Now, granted, you pay for area, school, and things like that, but the overall build of the house, like, I think some people just look at, like, man, when we was moving, we was looking at $2 million, $3 million houses, and we was like, man, it's got wallpaper on there. We don't know what's behind them walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of people don't take that into account.
So my mission for, like, going forward, I want to teach people to buy land from land banks.
Yep.
And I want to teach people how easy it is to build.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up in New York City, they would put up big pieces of plywood on the construction sites.
Yeah.
So you never got to see the process and how fast they build. You ever see something get built in your community and be like, damn, they put that up fast?
No, yeah.
It's a system and a process to everything. So they're building it super fast, pull the wall down, stick the price tag on it, $800,000.
Yeah, they charge you $800,000 before they even break ground.
Yes, so you know the pre-sale game.
No, yeah, bro. Yeah,
so yes.
I saw the whole process. Like, we lived in a development across from us. They did Toll Brothers. It was like a mile over, and then ours was MB Homes. So literally, bro, we'll go to Florida for a weekend. We'll come back. Dang, their whole foundation is up. We like, God dang, and I'm talking to the guys, I'm seeing them, I'm buying them, because I'm doing this, like, on and offline. So, like, I got to talk to them, and basically they let me know, like, all of the framing and all of that stuff for the roof and all that stuff is prefab at the factory. So when they come drop it off, all they gotta do is say, I'm like, dang, it's levels.
Yeah.
But
so
the guy who was there, he told me, you don't lose money when you build.
No way.
He like, you'll lose money on, you know what I mean, Burr. Some people lose money on flip. You don't lose money when you build.
You don't, because you're going to put it on the retail market.
Yeah.
It like Trulia and Zillow gives you the opportunity to go big, to put your product in a big brand store.
Man.
And that's crazy, bro. So now you know that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I know.
I know.
I'm teaching it. Now, so I'm giving that away now.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, forget the houses, because it's hard work. The houses, to do a roof, you have to take the roof down. You got to take all the shingles off, the plywood off, put new board back on, sheathing, then new shingle. It's like the building, they could have built that already.
Yeah.
Like you're doing it one time.
Yep.
Fix and flip, the BRRRR strategy, you're doing it 2 to 3 times.
Yep.
Then you still gonna have issues because the house is mad old.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know what I'm teaching, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
going crazy.
He said you can't go wrong when you build. You don't lose money. Like as long as you buy right, build right, like you won't go wrong. And you can't even build right if you don't buy land right. So it's like,
Correct.
You know what I mean? So as long as you,
bro. So I got houses. I built.
They
a house.
need to tap in. They need to.
I built a house online,
Yeah.
right in front of everybody. 66 days, $169,000.
Sheesh.
And my community, I give them those blueprints of how to do it, and they watched it. So they even picked out the door.
Wow.
They picked out the color door, the color of the house. I ain't like. I just rolled with it because like we did it as a community.
I like that.
But yeah, man.
But y'all rolling with all those doors though. That's what I heard. Y'all rolling.
Yeah,
with
we
all
gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. So
I was
look,
like, ooh.
so Birmingham, right, been going crazy, and I want to just show you this article. Barry, can you pull up that next article? I gotta show this article, man, and just to report on this, right?
Yeah.
The city of Birmingham was awarded $20 million for their distressed properties and their vacant land.
Wow.
So here's something else that I learned in real estate, right? The worst cities in the country. Have you ever seen gentrification? You ever watched it and witnessed it?
Oh, for sure.
All the time.
Yeah.
Different
for sure.
cities, you see them just.
in my own neighborhood where I grew up at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 100%.
So little did we know, they keep this information from us. And you know, I'm going to tell it, right?
Yeah.
The worst cities in the country that perform the worst, that have issues with low-income housing, homelessness, affordable housing, they get to ask the federal government for money because of the issue that their city is in. So they ask the federal government and HUD for help. HUD gives them money. HUD decides that where like cities need help the most, where it's more feasible to give the money each year. Birmingham got 7.7, Alabama got $7.7 billion 2 years ago as a cash infusion into their cities, states, and city and the state, and for their communities. The article that we just saw showed that 20 million of that went into the distressed properties and the vacant land in Birmingham, Alabama.
That's a lot of money.
So here's what they're doing, bro. They're paying people. They're paying developers. So I'm a designated developer with the city of Birmingham, right? They're paying developers to go in and build there.
Yeah.
I'm on my 4th house, but I just recently built a 1,300 square foot house, 3-bedroom over 2-bathroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom for $169,000. The market value for that is $269,000.
Sheesh.
Kind of crazy, right?
Not kind of crazy. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But we just don't know this stuff in our community. It's not something that's taught.
Yeah.
So I'll be challenging developers. I'm like, yo, why would y'all not teach us this stuff? But I'm going to say this to you. It was in front of our eyes for the longest. Fred Trump was a developer. Donald Trump, when the guy that we respected way back, who wrote the books and everything, was a developer. All his real estate money.
All his riches.
His money before he got to passion projects and flexing and doing what he wanted came from real estate, came from developing. A lot of people in our the celebrities that we see, not the celebrities, but the people that make a lot of money, they have a foundation in real estate.
Yeah.
A lot of it from the wealth perspective comes from developing. Once they run it up so crazy in developing, then they come out and flex. I want the biggest yacht. I want a basketball team.
Yeah.
I want right.
You want other tax write-offs. You got it's so much.
It'd be fun. A basketball team is a flex.
Yeah.
It ain't to make money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
It just be I want a team.
Yeah.
I want a football team.
Yeah.
But they make their money a lot of times in development.
Yep.
Which is kind of crazy, man. So, all right, back to billionaire marketing, right? When you teach people, so I wanted to just touch on how you help people so much, right? Because the person that you help, she's a good friend of mine. She just always gets back to like you helping her start. Give me 3 things that people can start marketing that can make them money like quickly.
Well, the first thing that you could do to start making money quickly, 3 easy steps. 1 is just get an identity online. Find 10 creators that you inspire to be like, or in the niche that you're already in, and you could go to a website called viralfinder.com. Like it's not, when you finder, it's not ER, it's a R at the end. Viralfinder.com. You could type in those usernames and you could pull all the clips, and it'll give you from most viral to least viral clips. You just go remake their content. So now you ain't got to worry about what to say, when to say, why you should say it. They already went viral. You pull their clips. Now you go record those clips, but make sure you got a product. I mean, AI is super, super powerful right now. So you could just chat GPT, hey, here go my scripts from my videos. Make me a 10 chapter ebook that solves one problem. It focuses on one solution in 1 hour. So that's what you base it on. And then now all you got to do is go pretty much build you a easy, simple sales page. Build it out. It don't have to be fancy, and you just go sell a thing. Like it's not overcomplicated. It's not, oh, I need a whole 1,000 followers. It's like that's a 24-hour blueprint. Pick creators that already went viral. Go look at they viral content. Use ChatGPT to take those scripts to provide you a ebook. I say ebook because that's the easiest thing. 10 chapters, one solution, one problem that they haven't, and then how can they solve it in 1 hour? And you go, and the content is gonna sell it.
Fire. Fire right there. Now, what's the price
it.
point? Because I saw you got your kids. Do your kids got books too?
My kid, yeah, my son, he's 9. Well, he's 10 now. He had a book since he was 5. He's been a self-published author.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing with your kids.
Appreciate
it. People congratulate me on what I do because they have portfolios.
Yeah.
And I really try to give them like the foundation for success,
Yeah.
the blueprint for success. Because in today's world, right, we got other ethnicities that their kids are getting so far ahead.
Yeah.
We can no longer tell our kids, well, if they want to bump their head, just go bump it and you figure it out later. The competition got too much of a head start, too much of a lead on them.
Yeah.
So I try to set them up for success as best as I can.
It's not even that, like, Charles, it's that, like, the success that we acquired, we're at the level that we're at, but technically we still behind.
Yeah.
Like, we're just acquiring this knowledge at the time we should have, like, our parents should have had this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, because if you think about it, my mom, my grandma, my dad, that's over 100 years of experience, and ain't nobody figured it out.
They didn't know better.
They didn't.
They gave us what they knew, though.
Yeah,
So I'm going to tell you this. Here's 2 things that was just like dead wrong that our parents told us.
Yeah.
One of the things was, as soon as you get some money, like let's just say your aunt. As soon as your aunt gave you money, what's the first thing your parents told you to do?
Save it.
Yo, wait, do we have the same aunt, bro?
No.
But they told you,
Save it.
Save it.
Save your money.
Now we know you need to invest that money.
You gotta invest the money.
Saving it ain't gonna do that gets you nowhere.
Once you crack that $100 bill,
it's over because the change spent so fast, right?
Over.
Once you crack it, man. You was getting hundreds. I was getting like
I
got a 20. They told me to save it. I'm like, damn.
We did have the same. My aunt and give you a bean.
Oh, word.
Don't go spend it all in one place. Save it.
Right.
But and then my uncle he'll say save your money so your money can save you.
Yeah.
And that's what my uncle used to say to me. And like he would tell me to save my money, but he would say it so your money could save you. But saving your money don't save you.
It don't.
I never seen nobody save their way to $1 million. I never seen nobody save their way to success. I seen people invest it.
Of course, that's the only way.
That's the only way they get there. So when people be like, man, I'm scared to spend the money, it's like, you're gonna spend it anyway.
Here's what they used to tell us.
Probably not on the right
What
thing.
about this? Save it for a rainy day.
Yeah.
You ever been told that by the older? Like, it ain't their fault, bro, because they just didn't know.
They mindset towards money was crazy. And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize I was on a hamster wheel to spending some money and gotta get it back, spending some money and gotta get back, and running in that cycle. Like, even when I first started early in business, like, I still operated with that same mindset. And I was like, no, like, I gotta put my money where my mouth is at, and I gotta go literally, you know what I'm saying, talk to these investments and make stuff happen. And that's the only way it happened, bro.
And then making money in your sleep is the best thing ever.
Yeah, you gotta make money in your sleep, not on your feet.
It has to work for you.
It has to.
Yeah.
Every dollar in your bank account should be your employee for your family. Mm-hmm. Every single dollar. It should be going to work. Like, you should be looking at it. Like, people, I don't know if this is the mentality of people, but they think, like, the money's smarter than them, and the money can tell them what to do. Money don't tell you what to do.
No.
You have to communicate, and you have to demand the money and tell it what to do. Because the money not smarter than you. And if you continue to let the money tell you, oh, we going to go to the mall, or if you let the money tell you what to do, it's going to show up in your life every single time.
In every way.
And
it's going to make your decisions for you.
For sure.
Based on what you got.
And it never make good decisions for you.
No, it can't.
Because money is a great employee, but it's a terrible boss.
It is, bro.
For sure.
What about this? And I'm going probably back a little bit too far, maybe not. The thing that they would do for us was buy a CD. Did they buy CDs back in the days? Like, oh, like if somebody got money, they invested in a CD, like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and gained so little interest.
Yeah.
And now it's like, would you invest $10,000 in something that's going to bring you back 3%?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why, you know, the landlord, and you know what I'm saying, you know, the way I was doing real estate, why I kind of backed off, because I'm like, all right, interest rates is high, and I'm only profiting $600-700 off this property. That just don't make sense when I got, you know, digital real estate. Shout out my guy, brother Ben, who created digital. When I have an ebook that can make me $600 in a day, why am I waiting for $600 to rent all, you know what I'm saying, all month?
It's sad, bro.
So why would I go put $6,000 into, you know what I'm saying, you know, this when I can. And even if I'm gonna do it for my child, if I'm gonna put $6,000 in a Roth IRA account for my child, let me still how to show him how to go create another $6,000, so he's not relying on some system that fluctuate and there's no guarantee.
Bro, it's all we know. Yeah. It's all we know. And here's another thing too, right? So $600 a month is on the high end from a BRRRR strategy.
Yeah.
But all we know for the most part in our community is fix and flip and BRRRR. Yep. Right? Like we're doing that for $600. That's a win if you're getting $600 in the door. We're not looking at how much the house costs. Some of these houses, people are making $600 per door from a $250,000 house.
100%.
$300,000 house, and you saying that's average. I'm cooking. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Are we not thinking, can I put $300,000 somewhere else and make more than $600?
Yeah.
It's crazy that we're not wired like that yet. But I love the information the information era, bro, got me going crazy.
I love it because like even if they not ready to build yet, which I think like somebody like you can show them how to get there a lot faster and skip over all that. The thing that I love about the information era that we in is this information for everybody.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you not there yet and you still at your 9 to 5 and you're not confident to do that, or you might just have a passion project and you just want to do it, it's something there, you know what I'm saying? There's something there for you. But if nobody is out there to tell them like, hey, before you go do that BRRRR, before you do that, there is another more strategic, cost-effective way, less stress.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to let you use all my resources so you don't fail. That's where the information age becomes super, super powerful, because now you're coming in and saying, hey, y'all, like, look, like I want
It's a better way.
It's a better way.
It's a better way, man. And the same thing with you. Like when people create ideas, how many times people are at home, watch something on TV and say, that's my idea.
Yeah.
Or say, I thought of that.
Or see a piece of content was like, oh, I could do it better than that.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, then do it then.
Come on, don't go there, bro. Don't go there, bro.
Like, do it
because
then.
people talk about so many things that they see.
Yeah.
But don't do it.
Yeah.
Right. And we say all the time, like, if you knew how to do this, or if it was as easy as you say, you would have already done it.
Yeah, 100%.
But what you do, you teach people, like you eliminate the fear, you give them the systems, you give them the confidence to do it. And now what I think is going to start happening is we are going to start to create more things, because you're kind of like impressing upon people. Start it.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Yeah.
Throw it out there.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's see how it go.
Yeah.
And then we can tweak later and things like that.
100%.
But this information era is going to be golden, bro, because
for sure.
We invented so many things in our mind that other people put out.
Yep.
Like you said, a self-driving car.
Yep.
Right? Like That ain't
somebody
the first
thought
thing.
a vending machine.
A vending
that
machine.
take the Apple Pay. Somebody was like,
Lyft,
yeah,
Toro,
all of that.
Uber, all of that stuff. We've been lending cars to
Yeah,
each
no,
other,
for
right?
sure.
Or letting people stay in our
For
house.
sure, bro.
But we think about it, we're not putting it into action. So I'm happy that you're teaching people, like, don't be afraid of AI. Don't be afraid
Embrace
of
it.
technology. Embrace it.
The big companies are, man. Like, you got to think about it. Whenever you call your bank and they like press 1, that's nothing but AI. It's nothing but a system. We've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like a person, you pressing a button and a person with an automated voice is talking to you. Like, these are stuff that we already, you know what I mean, have already been doing.
Yeah.
We're just not looking at it like, damn, how do I apply this to my business?
And you know what else too? Companies. So the more AI that we experience, the more money those companies are making.
For sure.
Because they're trimming down their labor force.
100%.
They're trimming down their payroll.
100%.
They're trimming down like equipment, everything. They're making money from it. We have to now start to leverage how do we make money from this
100%.
thing? Because you're giving out the information.
I made it
on
mandatory in my team that everybody use AI. Like, every single person in my team, like, use AI. Like, yo, I need you to go find 3 softwares that'll make you more productive.
Dope.
You find 3 softwares that'll make you more productive. Cause if I can't, I need y'all.
Yeah.
So if I can't fire y'all, replace y'all, reduce y'all pay, I could increase productivity.
Absolutely.
That's always the thing. I could get more out of what y'all doing. So
Yep.
instead of us being scared of it, it's just like, okay, cool. How do we do it? And guess what? People use AI. Hey Siri. You know what I'm saying?
All the
Like,
time.
people use
All the
AI
time.
to, like, so it's like we already using this stuff.
You got to think of like 411.
Yeah.
Remember 411?
Yeah, bro.
Dialing
We
information?
already using it, bro.
Google replaced that.
Yeah.
AI, Siri replaced so
Yeah,
much
so it's
stuff.
like we
man.
already using
It's
this stuff,
crazy.
so-
Yeah, so right now my big focus though is Birmingham, Alabama,
I love that.
because they got $7.7 billion. The state is going crazy.
Sheesh.
I'm watching in front of my eyes, and I've seen this in New York, right? So I got a brownstone in Brooklyn. I've seen where the Barclays Center took where that was built, changed the whole Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is the new hotspot in New York
Got
City.
you.
It ain't Manhattan like
Yep.
that. It's Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Downtown Brooklyn is where it's at. Then in Detroit, so buying properties for my kids in Detroit from the Detroit Landbank, I've seen Dan Gilbert change Detroit from like looking like a bomb hit it to now it looks like a beautiful city downtown.
Got you.
Right? They got ice skating rinks. He owns 90% of the skyscrapers and the buildings down
Going
there.
crazy.
It's sick, right?
Yeah. Builder.
Oh yeah. Oh, so look, he's a NBA team owner who's
Yeah,
flexing.
yeah,
But he
yeah,
actually,
builder.
not to put him on blast, shout out to Dan Gilbert. He owns the construction companies.
Yeah.
All the he
As he
owns
should,
the whole
bro.
city.
The
As he should.
builders.
You're right.
The builders.
So yes, he's a builder. He's building it out crazy. But now, right? So I study, I read, I live and do whatever I do, like with everything.
Yeah.
Like I obsess. I wake up real estate. I go to bed real estate. I'm
Mm-hmm.
driving. I'm showing my kids real estate. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to look at Birmingham and the money that they're getting, and it's going crazy. And then I realize what's happening, right? So I'm buying land there anyway because I'm building, but I started to realize how ahead of the curve I was on Birmingham. They built a $200 million amphitheater in downtown Birmingham.
Going crazy.
It's being built now.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola has the naming rights to it for 40 years, right? We think rich people, wealthy people think 40 years out.
Yeah.
Rich people think
For the
maybe
weekend.
rich might
For
be
the
like the
month,
year. No, rich might be
Yeah, the
looking into
year.
2025,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta do whatever
Yeah.
2020. Poor people are thinking like, how far ahead, bro?
Yeah.
A week, tomorrow,
This
the
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
Monday, don't ask me about Monday,
Yeah, I
right?
don't
Like
know.
that's too far.
Yeah.
So Coca-Cola inked that deal actually yesterday. But what I wanted to show you, the last article, this amphitheater, right? They dumped an additional $4.5 million to be poured into the Birmingham Amphitheater project. So what this is telling me, right? So that's the amphitheater that Coca-Cola signed the deal with.
Yeah, name rights.
Yep. What this is telling me is like history's repeating itself.
All over again.
The wealthy are doing the same. They're following the same pattern and system.
Yep.
It's the same exact
different
thing.
location.
2 hours away from Atlanta. Birmingham is that close to Atlanta.
Damn.
Right? They have the entire structure. They got the amphitheater. They got the money. They have developers building already in the city, and now they're even pouring like more and more money, $4.5 million. So what I decided to do with all this information, right? So I'm reading this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it,
Doing
going
your
crazy.
research.
I'm doing the R&D, the research and
Yeah.
development
Yes,
phase,
sir.
right? I'm doing what I do because I'm following the money.
Follow the money.
I want to get ahead. I
Yep.
want to like emulate what the major developers are doing because
Yep.
that's like the
That's
wealthiest.
the only way to do it.
Just follow.
Success leaves clues. Like
Success leaves
that's
clues.
the only way to do it.
So here's what I did, and I thought about it. I thought long and strong on this thing, right? And I was like, do I keep this to myself, or do I kind of like teach everybody, right? Do I let everybody know what we're doing? So here's what I decided to do, bro. I decided to do a conference, 500 people.
Okay.
I want to teach, and it's called
Yeah.
Let's Build Birmingham.
Okay.
For the first time in our history, in the information era, right?
Yeah.
I want to do something special for people. Here's what I want to do. I want to put them in a room, but I want to give them everything that they need to be successful.
Got you.
So I'm going to open up. I'm going to give them my builders. The builders that build my houses are going to be there teaching.
That's crazy.
I'm going to give them the realtor. So for those that want to sell, I don't like the selling idea because we actually get to control Birmingham.
Yep.
Birmingham is 90% black right now. So I don't love selling, but if somebody need
Yeah.
60, 70, 80, I'm not mad if you sell.
Yep.
Just go buy. Just have 3 more that you can build,
Yeah.
that you can hold.
Or sell back to us.
Or sell back to us.
Yeah, we'll take
yeah,
it.
or sell
Yeah.
back to us because
Yeah.
we want to build low
Yeah.
income and affordable housing. The architects. We don't know nothing about architects in our community. So what I want to do, I already launched the conference and I have the cohort, but as people buy tickets, I'm teaching them along the way. So I'm introducing them to my builder, the realtor, the architect. I'm teaching them how to read plans. Like we know nothing about how to read plans, but I'm making it because I understood it and it took me so long. I feel like I could bridge the gap between the architects and what they do and how easy it is
Yeah.
to just say, hey, y'all, it's only 5 pages. This
Right.
page shows the front, this is the
face it.
foundation, this is the framing, and this is like the landscaping, and this is the lot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm breaking that down. The quiet title attorneys I'm bringing, I got everybody,
You got
bro.
the whole puzzle. You got the whole.
I got the whole
blueprint.
It's just a system. It's just a system.
Yeah.
It's just a system and a process and a team. So February 21st to February 22nd, Let's Build Birmingham. I'm bringing everybody out 2 hours from Atlanta, and we're gonna go crazy.
That sounds
Like
good.
I'm looking to give my information in this information era to 500 people, and I'm looking to like change the culture.
No, I think for one, you're already doing the job to change the culture. But I think this gonna take to the next level. Like I think more people than you expect are gonna get on board, especially with you providing all the resources. Like that's one of the things that I do in my business. Like yo, all the tools and assets that I already got, I'm gonna give it to you.
I see you giving that back end, which is the most important
yeah,
piece.
so like you giving all of the foundational pieces that's gonna help people move a lot. Like come on, the architect, bro, the broker, the closing attorney, like you giving them everything.
Yeah,
like
bro.
that's a no.
And we got a tour for platinum and VIP. We got a tour, so they
Are y'all
can
outside?
actually. Yeah, we
y'all
outside.
outside?
So
Y'all
do you
outside?
ever see my content where they got hard hats on?
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
look,
Yeah.
I ain't the most creative, but I
Yeah.
created. I'm first to do some stuff,
No,
bro.
that was hard.
So I had all our people out with hard hats, and I
Yeah.
actually have them in houses, showing them how easy it is, showing
Yeah.
them how simple it is, showing them like, yo, we could do this. We
Yeah.
could get into this space. It's not foreign to us anymore. Once I know how to do it,
It's
I'm
definitely
giving it
not
to
out
y'all.
our reach, especially when you got somebody that's going to show you what's already being done and can walk you through something that they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like that's what I always like to see from a lens of like, dang, who I'm going to choose to help me take to this next level. I'm looking for the people who are going to give me the Rolodex. You know what I'm saying? Give me
Yeah.
access to the Rolodex. Give me access to the assets. Give me access to things that's going to help me move faster,
Right.
so I could eliminate any self-doubt or limited beliefs and just know for sure you know what I mean, that is going to make it happen. So shout out to you, bro.
Absolutely.
For making
Appreciate
that, for
it.
making
So
that
look,
happen.
bro, I'm going to extend you the invite live right here on the Real Estate Newsroom.
Yeah.
You coming through?
I'll be there.
Let's
I'm
get
pulling
it.
up.
Let's
look,
get
you ain't
it.
gonna tell me about history being made.
And you don't get on
and
there,
I'll
right?
be a part of it.
Let's do it. All right, guys, look, thank you guys for watching Runway Billionaire Marketing. I appreciate you coming through. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this episode. We appreciate you. Click the link in the description for your tickets to Let's Build Birmingham. Until next week, we'll see you then. Thank you.